Damn this dram.
You're damn right.
Hey dummies, welcome back to another episode of English Lesson Live. I'm your host Brian. I'm here with today truly my good buddy Łukasz. Łukasz, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, Brian. Hello, guys. Thank you for introduction. As Brian said, my name is Łukasz. I come from Poland. I work in IT. I have a beautiful family, wife and two great daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Brian for years, and he tried to improve my southern accent without any great results for now.
Yep.
Joking.
Obviously not, because you said so. What you said was, "I know Brian for years," but you need present perfect here. You know this. I've known. So obviously, I'm not. That's true. Łukasz and I have known each other for years, and I'm not doing a very good job because this is like chapter 5 of the textbook.
Yes, exactly. But I believe that you heard that I've known Brian for years, but probably
did you say that?
Yes, there was some connection issues, so
Right,
maybe
connection.
there is
It's the connection. I believe you. Okay, but could you explain why are we using present perfect here? Explain for the audience.
Because we are talking about the past that has influence for now, for the present.
Well, that's one use of the present perfect, to talk about a past action that has an effect or an influence on the present. I don't think that's exactly what this is here yet, because we also use it.
So let me think, because for sure there are some rules about this particular example.
There are a lot of rules.
Yes, but so let me think about these rules, and maybe I will try to figure out something.
You thinking in silence is great content.
Yes, but for sure, where we are talking that we were doing something for sometimes, we are using the present perfect.
That's right, because of this 4 years. We have an action that begins in the past and has a duration until the present time.
Yes, for sure.
The
key here is the for and the period of time.
And what about this phrasal verb? Well, I'm sorry, what's that?
So the key in this sentence is the for, which indicate for the period of time.
That's right.
Years.
The for tells us about weeks. Not just a period of time, but a duration of time.
Duration.
And what about this phrasal verb put up with? Because I want to combine this with the present perfect using this duration of time. What does put up with mean? Everyone loves a good phrasal verb.
Put up with? Put up to tolerate something?
Good, yeah.
Am I right?
Well, surprisingly, yes. It does mean it means something like tolerate. Not exactly the same as tolerate, but pretty close to tolerate. So, you might say, I've known Brian for years, and I've been, this is present perfect continuous. I've been putting up with his bull for years.
I tried to open your document. Okay.
I thought you had already opened the document. I see you logged in right up top. What that little pink kangaroo means?
When I was watching your previous videos, I watched this document near the video chat frames, and right now I need to switch between the Zoom and the Google and try to put the windows.
All right. Well, so you work on that. I'm gonna work on making this this video here. So we're using the present perfect continuous. I've been putting up with his bull for years. What is bull here?
Bull?
Yeah.
Like Chicago Bull?
Well, kind of like the Chicago Bulls, but it's really bullshit. Been putting up with this bullshit for years. I was debating should I use the word, because like I'm not trying to get demonetized, but it's probably going to happen anyway. So we'll go ahead and put it in. You can say, if you want to be a little more polite, say just his bull, but you can say the full word, his bullshit. I've been putting up with his bullshit for years. Another present perfect continuous. Give me can you give me another phrasal verb? Any other phrasal verb in the entire world?
Any phrasal? Maybe drop off.
Okay, drop off. And now I want you to use drop off and use it with a present continuous. Can be, or excuse me, use this verb drop off with present perfect. It can be present perfect simple or present perfect continuous.
I haven't dropped off anyone for ages.
I haven't dropped off.
I haven't. Maybe no. I haven't dropped off anyone. Dropped off anyone at the school for ages.
Yes, let's say at school, not at the school, but just at school for ages. I guess, yeah, this is a correct sentence, but can we like make it more interesting? I haven't dropped off anyone at school for ages. Let's see. What about he hasn't dropped off the kids yet because he got pulled over by the police. Actually, no comma here.
She got pulled over. Pulled over. What does it mean? That I'm not allowed to stay close to them.
So the verb here is to pull over. The police will pull you over. It's a separable phrasal verb. That means we can put the object inside. To pull someone over, the police pulled me over. So pull someone over, it means they get behind you, the sirens, the lights, and then you have to pull over to the side of the road. You pull your car over to the side of the road. If we're using it in like a passive construction, to get pulled over.
Okay, so when I drive too fast and the police catch me or gouge my speed? No, gouge.
Not gouge. Gauge is the word you're looking for. Gouge means like stick something in your eye, like gouge out your eye with my thumbs. But
gauge, no.
Yeah.
To check my speed.
When I drive too fast and the police say maybe catch me on radar. They use like a radar gun. They catch me on radar. They pull me over.
Exactly.
And have you been drinking? Just like we know the Poles like to drink. What's that kind of Polish like grain alcohol? It's like 95% alcohol.
Okay, so you are talking about the Polish Spiritus.
The Spiritus.
Spiritus, yes. But
as
far as I know, we are not drinking the Spiritus a lot.
I don't believe that about you. When I've been drinking, is that what it's called? Doesn't it have another name? The Polish Spiritus?
I don't know. I'm not drinking, and today I'm sober. But let me check.
When I've been drinking Polish Spiritus, I don't know what I'm doing. For those of you at home, This is a kind of grain alcohol. And I think it's something
so
like 95% alcohol.
You know, when it comes to the direct translation, we are talking about the rectified spirit.
Rectified spirit? I don't know if that's the correct translation. Are you Google translating this?
Yes, I just opened the Wikipedia for it, and the Spiritus is called the rectified spirit from the Wikipedia.
Oh.
Also now neutral spirits, rectified alcohol or ethyl alcohol or agricultural.
We'll say rectified spirit. The rectified spirit. When was the last time you had a little nip, Łukasz?
You know, I have never been drinking rectified spirit.
Don't use present perfect there. Okay, I'm gonna look at this question. Had a little nip.
So I didn't.
Well, don't use continuous. I mean, sorry. Use present perfect, but not continuous. So wait. So just to catalog this,
I haven't drunk rectified spirit ever.
I haven't drunk rectified spirit ever. Probably better to put the ever in this position. I haven't ever drunk rectified spirit. Note that it's drunk here, not drank, because the verb is drink, drank, drunk. Although, you know, in my southern dialect, you might hear me say haven't drank. It wouldn't be correct standard English, but you could hear people say I haven't drank that before. But really the standard English would be I haven't drunk that before. Now, before you said I haven't been drinking rectified spirit, you added ever, but we wouldn't put ever in this sentence. This could be something like
recently,
tonight, or recently. It could be something like that. When it's continuous, we're going to kind of have a more fixed time here. But when it's not continuous, especially when we're using this ever here, I have never, or I haven't ever, you could say it both ways. This use of present perfect is for any time in the past. This ever really means something like at any time, and never means not at any time. So this is another use of that present perfect for something that happens at any time in the past. You've been drinking that yerba mate crap, haven't you?
Sorry, could you repeat?
I said you've been drinking that yerba mate crap, haven't you?
Yes,
You've been drinking that
yerba all the time.
Yerba.
I try to limit the level of coffee.
So
yes,
now we've got present perfect continuous, and we've got a present perfect tag question, haven't you? Trying to limit the coffee. You're too good for coffee. I want to briefly return to this question. When was the last time you had a little nip? Nip here is like, in this case, it means something like sip of alcohol. Nip really means something like small bite. But, yeah, but answer the question. Stop trying to avoid it. When was the last time you had a little nip?
A little nip? You know, when it comes to the yerba mate, you need to nip all the time.
But I mean alcohol.
Alcohol?
That's what have a nip is. That means like a drink of alcohol. A little nip to warm you up. Some means like alcohol to warm you when it's cold outside. A little nip for warmth.
So you know, I haven't been drinking. I haven't been taking a nip.
So I haven't had a nip.
I haven't nip.
I haven't had a nip.
I haven't had a nip for weeks.
For weeks.
Yes, but of course it's a lie. But
of course,
I believe
it's a lie.
that. but I see that our today conversation discussion is directing into stereotypes
I
about
know
the alcohol,
about
and
alcoholism in
I know
Poland.
I know what you are I know what you are doing, but about any they tell you the story about the drum.
The
What do you
drum.
know what is a drum?
Yes, I know what a drum is. Like,
No, no, no.
no, not that kind of drum. A drum like a barrel, a keg, a drum. A drum can also be like
Drum.
a container for chemicals or something. A big
No,
one.
drum. When it comes to the
Uh,
whiskey, it's
that's
not
not a
like
drum. That's a barrel.
drum. But let me check, because for sure in Poland we are using the drum word, and the drum means some level of alcohol, and it comes from the uh, whiskey. I don't know. Can we say the whiskey Scotch factories and
Scotch
the
whiskey.
Scotch whiskey, and in the factories, I don't know, can we say that the whiskey is produced in a factory, but
A
the
factory,
place
or
where
usually we say like a distillery. Whiskey is produced in a
distillery,
distillery.
exactly, yes, and the owners in past had a problem with the workers because they drink a lot of good whiskey during the workday.
So
They decide
they
to
would
give them
drink. The owner had a problem with the workers because they would drink a lot of whiskey during the day. You sure this wasn't in Poland?
no, sorry, could you repeat?
I said, you sure this wasn't in Poland?
No, I'm pretty sure that it was in the Scotland.
I believe that.
Yes, but they introduced the drum, so they decided to allow the workers to drink some level of alcohol during a day,
Hmm.
and they call it a drum. So
Okay, I
small
believe you.
level of alcohol, like a nip, during
Ah.
working hours.
Ah,
Exactly. So
ah,
that's what I'm talking about.
we're learning here. This is excellent. This is excellent information.
Risky drum.
A risky
Let
drum
me
or a
check.
whiskey drum?
Whiskey drum.
Whiskey
Whiskey
drum.
whiskey drum. Let me say what drum whiskey. Whiskey drum.
Well, I'm going to take your word for it. Not to rag on the Poles too much for their stereotypical alcoholism. I will rag on my own family. Ooh, my God, my whole family. What a bunch of drunks.
Exactly, drum. But it's not like a drum. DRAM.
Dram.
Drum.
Dram.
Dram.
Okay,
Dram.
now we're getting somewhere. Dram whiskey.
Dram whiskey.
Dram
Exactly.
whiskey. We got it. And as a note, whiskey can be spelled both ways. Everybody can be spelled like that or like that. One is like the Scottish spelling and one's the American spelling. I can never remember which one. But I think this is the American spelling because I always spell it with an E.
But
Now,
when it comes to the American spelling, you are talking about this corn alcohol.
like Everclear. Everclear is like a grain alcohol. I think it's made from corn. Yeah, I haven't drank that since college. It's disgusting. Uh, but yeah. Well, whiskey with an E, whiskey without an E. Let me know in the comments how you spell whiskey. E or no E? That is the question.
Well, for sure, in Poland we are using the whiskey.
Mm.
Whiskey. So
Okay.
it's US spelling whiskey.
Well, when you pronounce it, like I can't hear what letters you're saying because
Whiskey.
these are pronounced the same way.
Whiskey.
Mm.
I don't know. Probably the second one. This one.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's
Yes,
I'll
but
Google it later, but I don't know.
yes, but so when you said the nip, uh, I I've it reminds me this drum story about workers
It
drinking.
reminds me of this story. Remind someone of something, and you've highlighted it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
So sorry for interrupting. Present perfect.
That's all right. Yeah. Listen, that was a dying conversation anyway.
And let's talk.
I do want you to real quick. I want you to focus on the pronunciation of this vowel here. It's not it's dram. There you go. Huh?
Dram.
Damn this dram.
Yeah, damn right.
And on that note, this has been another episode of English Lesson Live. I apologize to you if you've watched this far in the video. But big thank you to truly my good friend Łukasz. He really is a good friend of mine. I love him very much. And the very first heterosexual to appear on this channel. Yay! Thank you, Łukasz. It has been a pleasure as always.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.